Hi, and welcome to Astro Bites for Sunday, the 18th of August, 2024. Well, actually, the energy hasn't changed much since yesterday. We're in the build-up towards tomorrow's full moon in Aquarius. So the moon has now moved past Pluto and is embedded into the sign of Aquarius. And, you know, we have got very similar energy to tomorrow since yesterday. So I'm not going to kind of repeat myself too much, but what we do have that is a little bit different is Venus in Virgo is in opposition to retrograde Saturn in Pisces. There's something here about, it feels like Venus is, Venus, remember, is about relationship. It's about self-worth. It's also about finance, the economy, but it's about value. And, when Venus is in Virgo, sometimes I don't think we're always so good at feeling good about ourselves. I think we can be quite self-critical when Venus is in Virgo. It's quite nice when it finally actually moves out of Virgo and it'll move into Libra, which of course it rules. But this opposition to Saturn, you've got this tension. And this opposition is going to get stronger. It's building. Saturn, remember, is about boundaries, restrictions, and slowing things down. And as I've said a lot recently, with it being retrograde in Pisces, it's trying to put form into the formless. This is about ideas and dreams that you have. And Venus is picking fault with your ideas and dreams. So you might find yourself today, and it could also be the build-up of the full moon energy that is dragging you down a bit. And so Venus might have you being self-critical, critical of a course of action that you might have agreed upon with someone, and now you're reflecting on it and thinking, oh, I don't know whether that's a good idea. How's that going to work? You might find you're getting into the what ifs of everything and supposing that happens, and what if that happens? So you're getting bogged down in the overthinking, which of course we still have the energy of the Jupiter-Mars conjunction. So we have this overthinking and really beating oneself up a bit. So it's Sunday. Take a step back. Try and do something today. If you are caught in this overthinking and ruminating and self-criticism, try and take a step back and divert your attention. Saturn is saying, be constructive. Do something that puts some structure into the day for you. Because remember, both Pisces and Virgo are flexible. They're mutability. They're mutable. And so you could be going, oh, well, I could do this. No, I don't feel like doing that. Or maybe I'll watch this film. And then you do 10 minutes of it. You think, oh, no, I can't get into this. And so you'll be flitting from one thing to another. The best thing you can try and do for yourself is to try and actually flow with that a bit, but find a way to just root it down a bit, to actually anchor it down. That Venus pulling against Saturn is asking you, is inviting you to anchor it. Use Saturn as your anchor. Just take some deep breaths. Maybe do something physical. Mars in Gemini. Don't get caught into talking and arguing and discussing things. Go for a good walk. That would be really good use of this energy. And now I come on to the word for the day. And the word for the day is another interesting one, because it's actually, hang on, lost my place. it's actually humility. Because I thought this followed on quite nicely from charity, which we had yesterday. Humility is another funny one, isn't it? Because I think people either are humble, but not in a, oh, I'm ever so humble, but in a way that is kind of, they show their humility in a healthy way, or they're not. Now, what this actually indicates is how much or how far one has worked on one's personal ego and narcissism. Now that's a word we can have one day, isn't it? But that will maybe that needs to be a whole separate video. But you know, if we know ourselves well, if we know our shadow well, if we know what we can do that is not conducive to taking into consideration perhaps the feelings of others. You know, it reminds me of you know, when I was growing up, and I'm talking about not that long ago, you know, I can remember in my 50s and, you know, thinking I was this mature, well-developed human being. And yet I still behaved in certain ways with reflection now that were totally inappropriate and very unfeeling and uncaring of another. And yet I didn't see it. I can see where it came from. It came from actually low self-esteem. Because I think humility develops when our sense of self-worth is good. If our sense of self-worth is good, then actually humility will just be there as a natural byproduct. But if our sense of self-worth is not good, we're still going to be wearing the layers of different bits of our shadow and our persona and our narcissism, and trying to be something we're not, or trying to make other people be what we want them to be, instead of actually just letting go and letting people be who they want to be. So I just thought it was a good one to bring in. And just to remind you that Mercury retrograde is exact to today, squaring Uranus. So we could hear shocking, surprising news today. And I think it'll be about somebody, it could be about somebody in the entertainment field. It could also be about somebody who is a leader or a world leader. But we're going to hear maybe something that has been kept secret and comes out. So that's something of what I'm picking up from this energy of Uranus squaring Mercury retrograde exact. It's something they've been trying to cover up, and it comes out. That's what I feel. So, on that note, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be back tomorrow with another Astro Bite. And of course, in the evening, I will be doing my live stream for the week ahead. And I will be looking again in depth at this full moon in Aquarius that we're already in the energy of. Can you feel it? Okay, listen, you're all awesome. Thanks for being here. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.